and then I got the job. And it turns out I was the last person, because I was the youngest. I had no experience offshore, no experience in oil, but I was just like super cheap. Yeah. I think like the contract is maybe, I think 250 grand a day.
Yeah. Wow.
If there's 1 day delay, a 4 day delay, maybe $1 million, and someone has to pay for this.
Yeah.
And when you hear the bosses talk about the project, they're like, yeah, this is like 20 million plus minus 1 million, and then you're like, oh, plus minus 1 million. They don't even think about it. Like how often you in your own life, like, yeah, you can take this plus minus 1 million, you know. So before the oil crash in 2015, 2014, they would own multiple floors of the building, like any big company. So your 10th floor is your marketing, your 14th floor, your engineers, your blah, 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 and so on. And then the bosses sit on another floor or sit in another office in
With
Dubai.
a penthouse.
Yeah, they really had penthouses. Easily, I think some of them 30, 40 grand a month, you know. Yeah, and then wherever they go, they fly their family, and it's quite, like this. I used to be like a Captain Planet kind of person. I was very concerned with like recycling, even when I was young. But the people around me didn't really care. Like I would always be the one turning off the lights and like turning off the tap. Telling people, hey man, you don't need to brush your teeth with that thing on. The eye-opener here was that you can really almost make anything from plants, and actually it's not that these things are more expensive, it's that petroleum is cheap. It's artificially cheap. I didn't want to do that again. I wanted to. I was also not in a very good healthy state. Like I have this autoimmune thing. I've told you before, like my skin and everything. So I decided to fix my health. I put my health as priority. And I just tried to find all sorts of ways to fix it. And then so it led me to go to Taiwan. And because, like, you know, if I fast and I get better, that just means, like, you know, it's what I'm eating, I'm guessing, right? And I give myself a break. But I started to check labels, because, you know, even started from buying skin products. Okay, what's in this thing? And I, and then how many of these things I cannot pronounce, and then and I start to read what they are, and then how this is bad, this is like carcinogenic, blah blah blah. Don't use it, and this is all public information, but you see those same things in everything. It's just like sugar, high fructose corn syrup. It's just in everything, and everything has some little bit of soy, little bit of corn. Like, you know, that stuff just made me really like. That's why I really like living out in the farm, because cucumber, no tomato, ingredient tomato. When I graduated from my undergrad, I just took 10 days. I went to Vipassana. And that changed a lot of things for me in terms of being aware of how you say your stimulus, right? So being aware of the inputs, what you're hearing, seeing, what you put in your body. That was like the kickstart to a lot of the awareness, you know. And I eat this. Do I really feel good? I feel good now, but in 4 hours later, you know. So I started to eat to feel better later, and that started to change a lot of things, and a lot of it was like I'm not really separate from other people, and making them better is in a sense helping myself. So there was this need to help other people in some way. I don't know how, but I just wanted to, you know, I felt like if I can't fix myself, if I raise everyone else's quality of life, it's good enough for me, you know.